Hey guys, I wanted to share some really important information if you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur. It's all about the stimulus and how the coronavirus stimulus and how it applies to small businesses. I'm going for a drive right now. I had to get out of my house, and so I thought that I would drive and share a little bit of information with you about what I learned last night of how my business, specifically my small business, can benefit, and it's likely that your small business will benefit too. So what I learned, and FYI, this information is unfolding kind of on a day-to-day basis. So I don't have all the details. There's a lot of things that are kind of vague, and I think they're vague for a reason so that this program can help as many businesses as possible. But essentially, if you are a small business or a nonprofit, because under this umbrella of the stimulus, nonprofits are included. If you're a small business or nonprofit that has less than 500 employees and you've been in business for at least a month, basically since February 15th, 2020, you've been negatively impacted from the coronavirus. So this could be anything from, a decrease in sales, or maybe your clients have paused or canceled contracts. Again, this is kind of vague, but a negative impact is a negative impact. You could be eligible to apply for an SBA loan. And I say loan, but it's actually like a grant. So what ends up happening is this loan can be completely forgivable. So here's how it works. What you want to do is take an average of the last 12 months of your payroll, including any independent contractor expenses. So you find that average. If you haven't been in business for at least a year, then it's the average of how many ever months that you have been in business. And you multiply that by 2.5. Now that's 2.5 months. And so to me, that's the government saying they understand that this impact has a lifespan of at least 2.5 months. And so they're going to provide a grant to small businesses that have been negatively impacted of 2.5 months of your average payroll. So that's really great news, because myself as a small business owner, we have had clients pause their contracts, and without that money coming in, it can be really difficult to make payroll. So this program specifically is called the Paycheck Protection Act, and it's the government's way of saying that they want small businesses that, by the way, employ about 50% of the US's workforce. They want small businesses to keep their employees employed. So in order for your loan to become forgiven, you must use that loan for payroll and for things like rent. Again, I don't know the specifics of it, but that is essentially the purpose of it, why they're doing this. And so they expect you to keep your employees employed, which is great. And so the idea is that once everything normalizes, we can all kind of get back to the day-to-day. The unemployment rate won't be as bad as it would if they weren't doing this. And one of the ways that it's unfolding on this day-to-day basis is no one quite knows yet what exactly that you need in order to apply for this grant or this loan. And so when I called the bank today, I wanted to be one of the first people to make an appointment to see how I could benefit from this, or what was involved. And when I called, here's the crazy thing. The person was like, "We'll make your appointment. We are helping with the Paycheck Protection Program, but we don't really know what you need to bring yet. So she's going to call me back and tell me." And so what I'm going to do is when I go on Friday, I'm going to see how it goes, and then I'll report back to you guys and let you know if it was what I expected, if it was something completely different, what you need to bring, kind of everything involved. And the idea is that you would actually get the money potentially as soon as the next Monday. So that's a crazy quick turnaround, and it's the government really understanding that these small businesses, especially places like fitness centers, businesses that have had to completely close down, they want their staff to keep getting paid. And so that's really important. The other thing with this, whoops, I had a little technical glitch, so I had to start this last part over. But I just wanted to mention something I left out. So while this loan is for businesses with less than 500 employees, there is an exception for restaurants and hospitality, because you could have a huge restaurant chain, but it's localized and they only maybe have 50 employees. So there's an exception that this also extends to any business in hospitality and restaurants, as long as their singular location does not have more than 500 employees. So essentially that's probably all restaurants and hospitality businesses. So that's another part of the program that of course the government understands. Restaurants have taken a big impact, and so has hospitality. And so I think this is a really great program. I encourage you to look more into it. I will put the links to the SBA website if you're interested in learning more in the description. So make sure to check those out. And again, I will update you on Friday to let you know how the process goes for me, and any updates that have been provided at that time.